everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gear Season 4, Episode 56 with me, Sin. Now, last episode we stopped, where are we? Down here at this trader. I really should mark actually. And rather than, because there was nothing immediately within the vicinity, rather than start there, I have had a little wander around. I did a stair ruin there, wasn't a big one, wasn't a lot of things. That's just a bit of a vanilla ruin. We are currently here on a little ruin, and just there is another ruin. I'm not sure whether, but what I'm kind of doing is I'm kind of working around the outside of the access point thing, so we're not going in a straight line. So this thing here, this little ruin's not really much, not really anything exciting to look at, so we'll more or less ignore that because, you know, like I said, boring. This one over here is, well, it's not a new ruin. I've seen it before. I've never seen it in basalt before though, which is interesting, and it has kind of spawned in badly as well, in that you should recognize this. This is the ruin that we saw in the desert, and it's actually spawned in a couple of blocks too high, because there should be a whole load of graves and everything in here, in this actual bit we're digging up. There's the old thing, we know that, we've seen it before. Punk borrowed, Punk took it last time. He was when, I'll have that. I don't blame him. I work on that basis very regular. What I'm not seeing is any of the actual outside gravery. Excuse me, a little sneezy there. So we'll not worry about that. We'll think. So I have got an inventory full of garbage anyway, but we do need to get down here quick, I suppose. Just in case. Alright, interesting. Again, I don't really worry that much about these vessels. They never... That's actually not one, that's a vessel. We'll take it. Gimme. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one spawning quite like this. Now, what I'm looking for is a coffin with a hidden... No, we haven't got a coffin with a hidden hoofer in it. Okay, that's fine. Another vessel. Another vessel. What you got in there? Bit of clothing. Like my clothing, I like to collect it. Everything else in there is garbage, as best as I can tell. That has got some clothing, fabric, bracelet. I'm running out of space now, aren't I? Not really worried about the squire braces. I'm really not worried about the sticks. What I would like, however, is the vessel. What do I lose? Maybe that dirt. Oh, come on. Did I get the vessel? Oh, I've got to. Okay, that's fine. I think everything else down here is pretty much done. There don't appear to be any secrets. Gorgeous. I mean, the pillars are lovely. Everything about these builds, I love the Bear Ruins, but this is definitely a smaller version of than the thing we encountered the other day. I should get them. Especially seeing as I've already got some in my inventory. So we're going to continue on basically doing our little tour of the of the ruins round here. We'll mark this one as done, and we will. Wrong series. Don't have. I do have campaign cartographer on this. I don't have campaign cartographer set up the same as I have on Nomad, where I've got the different things. What have we got in there? Flax seeds. Okay. Hello, crappy crab. Yeah, meteoric. I am not even going there. I've got so much of that stuff. I just. Bigglywig. So we'll carry on walking around, travelling this way a bit, and we'll have a good look, see what else we can find. It's nice to know this area is all basalt, because it's a place we can come to for, well, basalt. But I do need, or ideally could do with getting my tent out so I can just put some stuff away, because I'm getting a little bit chocker with stuff. That gold bar was a very nice find. A gold bar is not an insignificant thing. That cheese can stay with us, so we'll take you back with us, and we'll have rid of that. Don't really want that. Right, so from here, where am I going to go? I think we're going to head around to here, and we'll kind of come around this way if we can, see what's over here, and see if we can find anything interesting. But I'll be back with you in a short while. Alright, so continued around and come to a bit of a dead end, I think. So we're going to have to get out the boogie board and take to the water, because we're here. There's more landmass over there. I assume that kind of probably backs and connects up there, but I haven't seen any significant things, so we'll whack down the boogie board. I'm online alone at the moment. There's nobody. Oh, hang on. Nobody on with me, so it's handy. Means I can sleep when I need to sleep, and yada yada. So that's always good. Not that it's usually a problem. Most of the guys on the Rusty Gear server are always happy for you to sleep. The only time it's a bit of an issue is if somebody's casting ingots or things like that, because the fast speed will result in all of your stuff cooling down, which can be things. That's a trader there, isn't it? Oh wow, hello. That's a. I was going to say that's a ruin, and then it's like, oh no, but that's an even bigger ruin. That might be an interesting one to go and have a look at. Let's get on land for starters. I have to remember that I'm on my own. I'm soloing these, so there's a lot more precautions to be taken. So let us have a look. That is that big castle ruin, isn't it? That's a tiny little ruin. I'll mark it. I'll probably never go to it, but I'll mark it. And of course, that is a big old castle ruin. Not seeing much else. There's a few bits that look like ruins around it, so I'll head over to there. We'll probably sleep the night away, just to mean that we're not going into the castle in the dark, because there were, I think, a few shivers and stuff in there when me and Gran went into that. I think it's that one, and there's the underground section. But I'll when we get there, we'll prep properly for it, and we'll be good and happy, I'm sure. Yeah. Always remember that you're not playing Minecraft. You can't jump into one deep water, but you can jump into deep water, which is always a handy thing to remember. It's only. I mean, if you think about it, if you jumped off of a tall object into 1 meter deep water, you would expect it not to really work, wouldn't you? I mean, it's fair dues, but Minecraft physics, you can splash a bucket of water on the ground and you're laughing. So yeah, that's a thing. Cannot see. Can't see it yet. It says it's there. It is the same big castle, and then there's a few small ruins down there. So what we'll do is we will. I'll take a little bit of damage. I don't mind. We'll get ourselves around here, and we'll set up close to it. I'll get my tent. Well, battery. Maybe not my tent. I'll just chuck a. I will just chuck a thing. I need my big tent out anyway, not my little tent. So yeah, I think this is as good a place as any. We can set up here. I'll be back in a mo. All right, it's the morning. There is another ruin over there and a trader. I don't know what that ruin is. Let me have a look. We'll mark it. Of course, if you do that, it doesn't put the. I don't know why it does it like that, but if you tick it, change the colour before you mark it, it doesn't give it the correct title. I thought that rabbit was coming for me then. So this is not a new ruin. We've seen this before. We'll just we'll mop up the ruins on the outskirts first, because there's probably not a huge amount in these. Unless they've got like an underground, but I'm not going to go mad looking through these. They either have a little bit of something, which I'll always take a bed, because they're always handy. Not some. No, oh, that looks brilliant with that tree. It looks almost like a door, doesn't it? Not so much for me, but having multiple beds when someone goes, "Oh, I haven't got a spare bed," you know, you can say, "Yes, I do. Thank you, but not for you." No, you give it away. I'm gonna have those. I like those braces. They don't fit my build, but they're always a nice. Oh, come on. Anything in there apart from that? Yeah, just that. Could have done that, of course. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much in these. They're never. I mean, they're better than, in my experience, they're better than vanilla ruins. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're awesome, you know. Just up, no, not. 4, there we go. Yeah, nothing in there. A little bit more meteoric iron. See, the thing I find with meteoric iron is they're supposed to be telltales. Now, this doesn't look any different from any other indentation. There's no halite, not halite, there's none of the, ooh, hello. None of the stones marking the top there. So how would you ever know that that was a meteor without that? I'm not worried about that thing. Alright, let's go and have a look at this castle. I say have a look, we've seen it before, but I do love this castle. It is an absolute work of art. If I was feeling crazy and I wanted to really restore a ruin, if I found one of these close to where we were, I'd love to have a go at doing one of these. It's just so big. You probably need a night watcher in it just to stop the mobs spawning. Oh, hello. Nothing in there. What's a rift activity like? Calm. Alright, here we are. So I am going to have that down. We're going to enable it. I always turn the volume down just because other people, if you are with other people, can hit often. If they've got the music turned on, they'll hear the sounds from that. But just look at this one. I'm not entirely sure who it was who built it. I haven't seen a builder's mark anywhere. Oh, I'm sure, well, in the unlikely event that, I heard you, in the unlikely event that one of the ruins guys is watching, I'm sure they can nope. Don't know what happened then. Wasn't a really bad one. Only a tier 2, but bad enough that I don't want to have to fight him any more than I have to. I can hear the clicking of the little clicky fella, the old shiver. These murder, I mean, that's just a beautifully designed castle. I think I've doubled back on myself somewhere. Yeah, I think we can get up to here from there, but I am still in awe of this one, the archery. They really did a good job of the build here. But even the draw, apparently this will fit a portcullis from medieval expansion as well, so you could completely rebuild this and actually put a portcullis in there and it would work. So yeah, that'd be interesting. Right, I don't know whether there wasn't a lot of loot. Oh, hello. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we are back. Not sure exactly what happened. I'm not sure exactly where I am now either. I've obviously been teleported backwards a little bit. Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there, but I had a bit of a problem getting on with a timeout from the authentication server. Carpenter's bed blueprint. Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, an S-stock. That's nice. Fine. Really not bothered about anything else there, I don't think. But the S-stock's nice, and the blueprints are always handy. Not the blueprint I want. I will remind the game that I am looking for the farmer's blueprint. A bit of desyncs. Don't know what's going. Ow! Oh, that's a corrupt. Oh, this is not a good place to be. Right, I'm gonna run. There's something not right here, isn't there? Def. Oh, yeah, just disconnected again. Okay, I think I am going to leave this and I will resume this tomorrow night. I'm not going to sit there trying to pursue this. I'll see you in about 24 hours. Well, probably about 20 hours, maybe 18. All right, it's the next day. We're about to log on. I did get a death message in the console, although I didn't die before I logged out, so I may be logging in to being dead. I don't know, but I didn't push it. It was acting weird. If we still have issues, I may just restart the PC. There's always a possibility that could be at fault, because it is taking a while to pick up that initial. Oh, there we go. Let's see what we see. Now I'm also tempted to just hit the R button and fly out of reach in case I didn't get the death message and I actually didn't die. I honestly don't know what to expect here. And I'm hoping that I haven't lost any equipment or stuff over this. A lot of the stuff I've got is not the end of the world, but I think I did have my chest on my back, which has got a hell of a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I did get chunked by the fella. Where did I came in through here. Oh, there we go. Gimme. And let me go down here and glow for a little bit. I'm a little bit annoyed about that, because that kind of is not a legit death, but there you go. That's what you get, isn't it? So let's get that back where it belongs. Let's get that, and that where they belong. Thankfully we had that, so we didn't have any. This is a godsend. It's an absolute saviour. Let me just check my character. I am still wearing chains, so I should be reasonably good. It is getting on in the day a bit though, but let's go and get some revenge, shall we? Because look at me glowing there. Hang on a second. It makes a lot of a difference when you can actually hit the git. Would have liked a little bit more than flax fibres from the man what killed me. Right, I think we're done up there. I'm going to carry on around. And just see what we can find down here. So we've got... I will mark that death point as sus death or something like that, just to indicate that I disagree with the mode of death that took my life. I strongly disagree. This castle is incredible though. I mean, I actually think restoring it in vanilla would be even to be honest, restoring it in creative would be difficult. I think there's something over that way. Then you've got kind of a little bit of ruin here, but again not much to go with. And I think you could probably work out the levels and where everything is. It's just you would need to probably find a lot of lime ashlar blocks and stuff. You could probably pick up a lot of these by reassembling these blocks and stuff. Now that's the little dungeon area. I know you're here somewhere. I heard you. I think you're probably down at the bottom. I can't imagine that you're in here anywhere. So at least we know there's a boat horn down there and we can carry on up. But yeah, I always feel a bit aggrieved when I get killed by a bug. Oh, I remember this room was where... I don't think there really is anything over that way. I think this is just a... Yeah, that was where we got a whole load of the bad guys when myself and Gran came and visited this ruin, or a ruin like this. It is a gorgeous ruin though. Oh, I've stopped glowing. Okay, that's good. Don't mind. But glowing is just such a strange thing. I feel like it just draws attention to myself. Right, let's... Oh yeah, there it is, but he's not a biggie. Except he is being very awkward about being shot. I'll be honest, I am very, very, very tempted now on my next, I think whatever my next playthrough, whether it's Rusty Gear Season 5 or whatever, I think I'm going to play a melee class. I'm going to try playing something different to what I currently play, because I always play hunters. I always, you know, it's kind of my safe go-to, and I think that's a shame. You know, you're missing out on some variety. Now these, if you look there, there's nothing there, but if you look at this one, that has got a gold treasure chest in it, which means we'll have that. Helps if you use the right tool. And that. And as best as I can tell, that is about all there is in this ruin. It's not a massive ruin. Oh, well, alright, I'll rephrase that. It's a massive ruin. It's not big in terms of loot and goodies and the all of the nice things that we like. Now, if there is anything in here that we've missed, please tell me. But this is just again another bit for a portcullis there. Look, and you come around here, and there is your portcullis. You get your gates in, and you're laughing. Right, pick this lot up. Go and find myself I don't know which tent bag that one is. Map, let's have a look. We went over, oh, am I still there? Did I leave my tent bag deployed? Alright, we'll head back over that way and get ourselves into the tent. Ready for the night. We can probably sleep the night off, sort my loots out, and I've done with. But that is a beautiful ruin. As I say, I know we've done it before, and myself and Gran have gone and oohed and ahed over it, but it was big enough that I thought it was worth coming and doing again. Have I? Oh, I haven't actually got my chest on my back, so that's always. I hope I haven't got my chest on my back, because it's, yes, it's there. I can see it. Oh, you've got yourself trapped, did you, bunny? That was silly. So that is an empty tent bag, okay. And then we need to go and change and do stuff. So from here we can mark you as complete. And we can died to a glitch. I'm going to unpin it, but we'll stick it in purple because that's my death. I'll accept the death. It's but I don't have to like it, and that's how this is going. Okay, are you full? You full? Okay, need to find. Oh, you're full. Oh, good grief. Okay, we found somewhere. Okay, that's good. Happy now. So yeah, we'll probably pop over to that trader and that little ruin over there. So I'll see you over there. Alright, here we are. Another ruin over there, which we will go and investigate, but let's go and just have a chat with this trader first, see what he is. He might have something worthwhile. Probably not. Don't recognise that at all. Aggie, I'm not. No, I don't want any of them. Right, let us go. Oh, let's put mark him on. Trader, agricultural. Sticking. It doesn't really matter what colour they are. I don't have a colour code for traders, to be honest, but. Oh, I do recognise this. I think I have seen this before. What I can't remember is if it has any bad guys in it. I would say not. Some antlers. I think I have definitely been to one of these before. That's where I got my antlers from. Because this has got the organ. Now, of course, the interesting thing is now with QP's chisel tools, I could make that organ actually play. I mean, it'd probably be awful, but yeah, you can't. I honestly cannot remember if there is even anything under here of any value. Oh, there's a chest. I think most of it is pretty much rubbish though. Glass windows, I suppose I should get those. They're always handy. As are, I should have got the altar blocks actually when I was where did that window thing go? There we go. I'd love to know what that material is actually. Right, let's just get rid of that lot and we'll continue borrowing. That's actually quite a nice pile of books as well. I suppose we should go for that. It's not a pile of books I see regularly, so rotten book, ambulance. Actually, I'm going to go with a fire engine. Yep, fire engine. The horn was the giveaway. Oh, hang on, I don't know whether I... don't think I ever checked out this bit of the build. I mean, there's probably not... there's just a thing, isn't there? Alright, yeah, that's fine, we'll go back down. If I can get back down. Alright. Grab that glass. Grab the rest of the glass. Again, I've got to contain my inner magpie and not pick up every single... I want that. Ooh. Oh, I did not know that was here either. Sturdy belt. Kitty mask, always take the kitty mask. Kitty masks are the best. Okay, there you go. Again, you know, a lot of these things, the pipes would be interesting, but I'm not going to even go there because that way madness flies. Right, let's flag this off. And I'm going to... Now, I've noticed there is a couple of small... That looks like a mine shaft tower, and that looks just like a fairly vanilla ruin. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to continue around that way, which should be pretty straightforward. Let's continue pushing the boundaries of what we know. I'm not going to even mark the copper. I've got so much copper now, it's beyond even silly. I think this is all vanilla ruin, so I don't think there's going to be a huge amount there. Of course, if we had X skills, I think I mentioned this before, I'd be breaking every single one of those vessels just to get the skill books. But we haven't, so I'm not. Okay. Right, yeah. That is a natural structure, I'm sure. I don't think it just looks suspicious with the way the dirt pillars have kind of gone up around the edge. Okay, I'm going to keep on pushing. Right, well, I'll have a quick peek just to see if there's. So I'm going to push around here and down that way. There is a trader there. I don't know what he is. Why do you do that? But it's fine, we'll mark him on, and well, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I saw a couple of drifters down here, and then I heard those two chuckleheads. I'm just checking, make sure there's nothing this way. In fact, that's probably the way out, rather than going back the way I came. And makes a lot of difference, you know, when they take damage. Makes a whole lot of difference. Oh, it's this really. I haven't seen one of these in a while, actually. Ooh, temporal gear amulet, forgotten noble robe, brass lantern. Not really worried about the clay, not worried about the seeds. Quartz, no. Smoky quartz, no. No, 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 no. Yes. Yes, yes. They are all the same. I never realised there were different makes of things. These I'm not really worried about the chairs either. No, I'm gonna exercise a little restraint, and there's only a single thin things, but that's all good. Oh, we've got. Oh, hello. I'm not going to complain. It's free temporal gear. Right, so we're now here, so I'm going to continue on around. I'm going to try and stay on the land as long as I can, and see just what we can find. At some point I am going to have to whack down my tent bag so I can sort out my inventory a wee bit, and I am also definitely going to have to sort my tent bags out when I get back. Okay, let's not weave the good dirt. So yeah, that's a little bit further around, and we'll keep on pushing. But first we want all the good dirt, all the good dirt. All the good dirt should be mine. Right, yeah. Not really seeing much going on down there. That looked a bit sus to start off with, but no, I think we're clear. So we'll just carry on. I do have to be aware that this area is possible Guturi Burr country. So yeah, that's always a good thing to keep in your mind when you hit Guturi Burr country. And yeah, if you want to know what a Guturi Burr is, in my local dialect, it's a great hairy bear, a Guturi Burr. Okay. But we'll push around and I will be back with you in a little while. And so from the end of the island there, I did notice that we could go that way, which would take me down towards the translocator, but there was also this which potentially looked interesting. If nothing else, it will give me the opportunity to do this, and then we can start filling it with the lovely loot that we have from our I don't really want that. Adventures, and we can get rid of that, eat some bread, and go and see who this trader is. And then we're going to head back in towards the translocator. So, yeah. I'm beginning to wonder whether I should have taken a screenshot of the castle, because so far that's been the best ruin. What have you got? You have got nothing. You've got 3 offset stitches there. No, I don't want any of that. I'll just stick him on as a trader and green. I can't remember what he was. I've already forgotten. He was that impressive. Right. Let us get our boogie board, and we are going to boogie board across from here to there. That sounds like a plan. And from there we'll continue working around towards the translocator and the translocator, he said, but not until I've gone and stuck my head in this cave. Just because. I don't think this is going to really amount to much, is it? It's a poor excuse for a cave. There you go. Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you just get a bad cave. Hup! So let's head over back this way, and then we can continue to follow. I'll probably do this in the water rather, if I can, rather than going on land, unless of course something really awesome reveals itself over here. Come on, something really awesome. Come on, something really awesome. Not wanting to give me something really awesome. I'm not going to go on. I'm not land at this point. Not getting the awesomeness, am I? Still, there's a fair distance to travel before we get to the translocator, and we're getting close to bits where I might want to go inland a bit and just explore and unveil this area, just so we can, you know, have a nice slice from here across, perhaps. I mean, that looks awesome. Actually, I could, you know, when you see places and you go, oh man, I could just build there, I could do something with that. Yeah, that definitely looks like I could build something with that moment. Also, fairly wide strip of quartz there. I think it's too high up. It's probably unlikely to be gold bearing, but you know, you never know. So let's go. You dare grow fruit tree. I'm having no luck with my fruit trees. Managed to get them to vernalise, but they never come out of dormancy. So it was too cold to get them to fruit, which was really bloody annoying, to say the least. Anyway, yeah, let me continue just exploring a little bit. I'll be back with you in a minute. And just with that, we've come up here. I really can't see anything that even looks remotely like a decent ruin. I mean, it's unlikely there's anything under that. So I think we are probably about done for this little foray up through the western teleporter. Now, that doesn't mean to say we're never going to come and do this before again, because I actually really enjoy exploring. I mean, you know, you can tell I've got an entire series based around the idea of nomadic existence, where we don't settle down for long in any one place and just, you know, everything is as portable as possible. So the exploration bit, they're just coming out and looking at things, I always think of as being a really key part of vintage story for me. I mean, I've actually heard a lot of people talk about different aspects of vintage story as being what makes vintage story a great game, which in itself is what makes vintage story a great game, is that there are many different ways to play it. They're all equally valid, and everybody can get enjoyment from playing different ways. You can play exploration, you can play survival, you can play for building, you could play for combat if you want. I don't think the combat system as is the most challenging combat. This is no Dark Souls game or anything, but I would also say that it is probably slightly more robust than Minecraft. I think Minecraft, I've had this argument with people before, people who insist that PvP is a skill. And I'm sure there is some skill to it, but I think it's knowing the skills of knowing how to exploit aspects of the way the code works. I don't think it's a particular skill in terms of play skill. I think anybody should be capable of doing reasonably well in a Minecraft fight. A lot of it can come down to your ping as well. Don't forget, when we're playing multiplayer servers, your actual latency and ping on your network can make a huge difference. I mean, I'm beginning to suspect, because I didn't see any logs or any other people complaining about issues with login servers and authentication servers on any of the vintage story forums. I'm beginning to wonder whether the problem with my network and not with vintage story and or the server. And that would certainly, I mean, hitting things and them not actually taking damage would be characteristic, I think, of that. Hang on. Right, we need to... Oh, you can come away. I need my climbing... Oh, get my right thing out. I need my climbing things. Let's get you. You. Get there eventually. And off we go. Well, at least we can... Oh, hang on. You need him in both hands, idiot. So, yeah. I actually think this one of the strengths of vintage story is in it has something for everybody, which is also true of Minecraft. That's why Minecraft has been such a massive hit, I think, is that there's something for everybody in there. You don't have to play it any set way. There's no real end game. Let's be brutally honest. The Ender Dragon is not really the end game. It's just the boss that you get to at some point. So yeah, it's interesting. But don't tell me what why don't you? Let me just frame my thoughts. It's been a long day. I've been at work. I'd be interested to know what other people actually think is what are the things they get out of vintage story, because it's got to be different for everybody, or at least somewhat different. It's never going to be. It doesn't have to be 100% different, but what people think about the game, where they can kind of liaise their things. Let me turn the beacon off on that and the pin off of it actually, and let's get home before I can die again. Right, so I think what we need to do is I need to head back home, get my various tents out, go through my loot, work out what I'm keeping, what I don't want, what might be good for other people, And well, I'll be back in a moment. I'm also going to check my bloody fruit trees, because I don't think, we're in November now, I don't think they've actually done a blind thing. No, they haven't. I'm very tempted to chop this entire thing down, you know. But these, we've got some at this level now growing, not many. That still hasn't sprouted. Possibly never will, who knows. But, you know, I'll do my best. Right, let me sort out my... Ooh, can't get down. No, he can. In fact, I know Punk was saying that he could see... Yeah, it's looking more and more awesome, that. I'll not show it because I don't know whether he's showing it yet. Well, I'm not showing any detail on it, let's just put it that way. Right, what have we got? We have got nothing. So, first things first, we'll stick down the TARDIS. And I will also stick down my carry chest, because that has got some stuff to go back in it. It's got some stuff to come out of it. I think that will do. That one we're going to need in a minute, but what we'll do is we'll take that over there, we'll pick you up and we'll stick you down outside, because I don't want you in here. And then we just need to start sorting stuff. Stuff I want to keep, stuff I want to get rid of. Because there is a lot of bits and pieces in there. You're not doing anything yet, are you, Dalek? No. So, yeah, let me sort myself out a little bit and I will be back with you in a mo. Alright, everything is put away. This chest is stuff I think that Gran can use for her build. There's definitely not much use for mine. I mean, the tapestries maybe, but we can, fortunately, because the way to Gran's is paid with good intent. No, the way to Gran's is through a translocator. I can carry this chest there. It's just a spare bronze chest that kicking around, so yeah. Didn't bring anything to write on it with, which was a bit silly, but she might be there, who knows. I know she's out quarrying stone at the moment for her build, so let us do a little bit of landing. Go and then we'll get the old fly on. Right, is she anywhere over? Yes, she is. There you go. I'm going to get him with the shovel. You're going to shoot him. There you go. This is really coming on down here, though. yeah, so I mean those graves, I know she needs a lot of graves. The tapestry is a thing. Obviously the aged thatch is a pain to get. I don't even know if there is actually a recipe for it. Oh, there is actually, it's just things, but yeah, this is seriously looking good. Again, I mean, you know, each of these builds is individual, but if you then look at the terraces, this is a really good way of getting a lot of space out of a kind of a duplicated layer. Is, you know, I live in a terraced house in the UK, and if you know what terraced houses in the UK are like, they all look very similar. But what they did, which was clever, in certainly around the turn of the century when this was built, this was built just before the 1900s, is they gave the building contracts to, so you get 2 or 4 houses would go to each builder, and each builder was allowed to vary the plans by a very small amount. Only, you know, they're like a set thing. But what you ended up with is, as you go down the terrace, there is slight variation every 2 to 4 houses, so it doesn't look like they're all stamped out of tic-tac boxes. So yeah, anyway, I think that's probably it for this episode. I enjoyed a couple of episodes of just exploring. Didn't enjoy the dying quite so much, but I think we'll just do. Can I? Oh, hang on, I can't. So if I do wave, there we go, see what we got there. Don't know whether it worked or not, who knows, doesn't matter. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll push on with some stuff next episode, we'll not just go exploring, and till then, bye for now.